Well, hello there. How you guys doing? So, I would like, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to you about Blue Sky. Blue Sky is, given the clickbait nature of this video, the text-based social media app that I use the most outside of Discord. Not only that, but we also have, a list for people in the community and things of that nature, yada yada yada. I like Blue Sky. I love Blue Sky. You know, Blue Sky is for general interaction and random thoughts. Threads is a wasteland that I automate things directly to and never actually look at, and Twitter's for porn. That's it. And recently, there has been controversy where the CEO and a lot of the Blue Sky team has been getting angry and and upset because Jesse Signal, who is basically another right wing grifter in the vein of a Tim Pool or Charlie Kirk, a self proclaimed journalist that is just about advancing right wing narratives. Um, Generally not a good person, generally morally bankrupt, etc., etc. But that's not the subject. But Jesse Signal isn't the subject of today's video. The subject of today's video is the fact that people have been wanting the Blue Sky team to ban this man for a while. So, for context, this person here is Jay. Jay is the current CEO of Blue Sky and the quote unquote steward of the AT protocol, which is the federated data/social media ecosystem that Blue Sky is supposed to represent. Um, yeah, let's she basically was asked, "Hey, why haven't you banned this person?" And it's just been a generational crash out. Um, let's take a look at some of the quote tweets, right? It's so funny, bros whining about harassment when on my old account I had several accounts that were dedicated to harassing me and other native people, and they never got even a temporary suspension on 90% of the accounts. You know, people are just not fucking with this. These are the kind of posts that are catnip for tiresome trolls to make Blue Sky worst. Uh, which brings me to the primary thing I want to talk about here. I think that Jay here, the CEO of Blue Sky, has done a frankly piss poor job of managing the PR of this. What she should have done is say, listen, we try not to ban people just for being shitty human beings. Because we are in the middle of a government that's a little leery, and there are technically free speech considerations that could get us nailed. That being said, just because our TOS is looser does not mean that you necessarily have to deal with terrible human beings being on this platform and being forced to see them. And then she should say, here is a list of anti-right wing moderation lists that Blue Sky users have created that block these type of people. Part of and this is kind of what I wanted to get to. Part of what I love about Blue Sky is how customizable the user experience is. So I want to show you what I'm talking about here. For those who are unaware, on Blue Sky, if you go to settings, moderation, there's a thing called moderation lists. These are moderation lists created by people that have the entire purpose of banning people who are engaging in behavior that these users have identified as bad. Now, granted, this system can be rife for abuse. You get a zealous Marxist-Leninist or a bad faith actor, yeah, it could be a little problematic. Hell, I'm on some block lists, but granted, they're block lists that just generally try to get to, get rid of, like, check out all my links and stuff like that. I do be posting links quite a bit. And, I have dropped the R slur to describe the behaviors of Republicans quite a lot. So I'm on a list for that as well. But I digress. The point is you have the ability to mass ban lots of people. Very easy. Just with the simple click of, like, hitting up here, I can click unblock. I click subscribe. I can either mute them, I can block them. I choose to block them. And the end result of this is I get a discover feed that is how I want it to be. And there are tons of moderation lists. Granted, it can be a little difficult to find them given the, interface that we have available to us here on Bluesky, but even so, the tools are here. If the Bluesky team is so tired of getting trolled and yelled at by its left of center user base for not, banning neo-Nazis and fascists and just generally awful human beings, there is something that can be done about that. You can say, hey, here are some excellent block lists that Jesse Signal is also on. So you never have to ever worry about seeing him or people like him ever again. You have, we are a team of like 10 people, 10 to 20 people. We cannot manage every asshole that comes onto our platform. And we are not as informed as our users are about who is a good person to block and that. And every other and different people will want to block different types of people. These block lists, like these anti-turf and anti-gender critical account things that I am, I block by Skywatch Blue, also has, if you're a, also has block lists for people who have the inverted red triangle, which denotes, pro-Palestinian stuff like that, as well as people with the sickle sigil, the hammer sickle sigil for communism in their bio. So there are, you know, plenty of options that we as Bluesky users have. Now, I want to be very clear. I think Jay, the CEO of Bluesky, has failed in PR to a demonstrable degree. They are crashing out. They are getting rage baited. They are being trolled. It is not good. It's not good. It's just not good. And she should be like clowned for her behavior. That being said, what I will also falter on is she should have highlighted the moderation tools that Bluesky has at its disposal that is unique and not seen on things like Twitter and not seen on things like Threads. I am able to have a genuinely awesome time on Bluesky because I have my feed exactly how I want it. Most of the time, naturally. I can see, like, good things, cats, memes, news intakes I agree with, and updates and things of that nonsense. One thing that I will say that I am not particularly worried about is the fact that I'm I'm chilling. Like, I don't need to see terrible takes. I don't need to see terrible people. And I love that. And the CEO should have reiterated the fact that moderation lists exist. It is something that they dedicatedly created. And the fact that she didn't, that's on her. This entire controversy could have been avoided if she was, a little fucking smarter. And I don't know, man. It's just people people are not smart. People just are not smart.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at HIMedia.gg/Discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at HIMedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.